Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jskee, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on why the Midnight Club franchise should come back, as well as a wish list on what I personally think should be in the next game in the franchise if possible. So the Midnight Club series had a massive impact on me in getting into racing games. I would say in terms of me getting into the car culture, the second game was the true first racing game that got me into it 100% fully, and since then I've not looked back. And with Midnight Club 3 and LA obviously being strong influences, I've managed to play all of them including the first one. So as you guys already know, the first reason and obvious reason for why I think the Midnight Club franchise needs to come back is obviously for nostalgia reasons. As I already explained to you, I grew up with this franchise and it obviously shapes me into liking racing games for the rest of my life. A second reason why Midnight Club needs to come back is basically, while Need for Speed 2015 has actually brought the hype back for street racing themed races, I believe that the Midnight Club franchise will actually raise the bar for street racing themed races. Similar to how Forza Horizon actually did this for open world arcade races, I believe that Midnight Club will do the same for street racing themed races. The third major reason why it needs to come back, and this is really not what a lot of people have actually said, is basically the racing in the actual Midnight Club franchise was actually based on trial and error. So if you think one path was right, it actually could be wrong, and it might lead to restarting the game. And I actually kind of miss this type of strategy in modern racing games. So hopefully they bring it back due to this strategy needed in racing games, and this is what made it so unique in the first place. And the final reason to why the Midnight Club franchise needs to come back is basically they offer unique locations that are within a racing game. I mean, we haven't really seen Atlanta, San Diego and Detroit being in a racing game obviously before The Crew came out, and Midnight Club was one of the first races to actually do this. So if they actually brought like a new and fresh location that's never been covered in a racing game before, it would actually be perfect. And I know Rockstar like exploring locations for these type of races, so if they actually do this, I would gladly appreciate it. With my main points now being said about why the Midnight Club franchise needs to come back, I'm now going to be going into a wish list into what they should do for the next game. So I have four the cities that Midnight Club 5 could be hosted in. I've got 4 possible cities. I've done research into what cities have the highest street racing rate in the world, and these are the 4 that I've managed to find out of a high list that I've chosen. So the first city I wouldn't mind seeing is Houston, Texas. The main reason why I say Houston, Texas is it's a city a location in the US that's not really been covered in video games before. And I like the Miami, I like the LA, I like the New York settings, but don't get me wrong, I want something new and refreshing within a United States setting. I mean, the Crew's obviously done it, but not in a high amount of detail. I mean, if they can get a much more detailed map of the city and make it as detailed as LA, that would be absolutely amazing. So the second city I would like to see in the Midnight Club game that is in the USA is Miami. The main reason why I said Miami would be interesting is due to the fact that it really hasn't been hosted in lots of street racing games except for The Crew and Street Racing Syndicate to add to that. I would like to see, the 2 Fast and Furious films, when I saw it in Miami, I was like, holy shit, the scene is fucking amazing, and I'm quite surprised that Rockstar really haven't covered it in a lot of their video games. So it would be amazing if they could go into a modern Miami with the high visuals that they've got with the Rage engine. If Rockstar were to do a European setting, which hasn't been in the franchise since Midnight Club 2, I wouldn't mind seeing it in Stockholm. Lots of people will say, why Stockholm? Why not London? Why not Paris? Why not even Madrid? And let me explain to you. I've done some research into what city has the highest rates of street racing in Europe, and I found out it's definitely Stockholm. Speed Hunters have an article on this, and I've seen some crazy YouTube videos of the Swedish doing mad fucking stunts in their car, outrunning the police at high speeds. With the intensity of the Midnight Club franchise and having this, I believe this city would be the perfect playground for a street racer. And my final city that I have chosen out of my shortlist would be Sydney, Australia. We really have not seen a racing game properly set in Australia. I mean, I don't think there's ever been hardly a lot of video games being set in Australia. And the car scene in Australia is surprisingly very high for what it is. It's one of the highest in the world, I believe. It's very notorious, and I'm quite surprised that no racing game has been able to cover this yet. And Midnight Club is known for opening new passages and exposing the scene in different ways that Need for Speed and other competitors haven't been what Need for Speed and other competitors haven't done before. So I believe that Sydney would be the perfect playground for a street racer as well, if they were looking for cities outside of the United States. The next thing I'm going to be talking about are the vehicles. In Midnight Club 3, I personally felt that had the best car selection within the Midnight Club franchise, and you had your Supras, you had your Roughs, you had a lot of shit. I was very amazed at how many cars they got into that game. However, Midnight Club LA, though I did like the car selection, I do feel it was very limited. And personally, what I would like to see is a mixture of the cars in Midnight Club 3 and Midnight Club LA merged into one with a few more cars. Same with the motorbikes, to be honest with you. I mean, Midnight Club LA, you only had 2 or 3 motorbikes available compared to the amount you had in Midnight Club 3. So if they were able to bring up a lot of motorbikes back, it would be amazing. My next point will be about the main feature in the Midnight Club franchise, the customization. And as they say with the customization, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And Midnight Club LA had, for its time, it actually had the perfect customization I've seen in a racing game compared to the Need for Speed at the time. And obviously time has gone on, the hype is coming back with Need for Speed 2015. And there's a few things I would like to see added into the Midnight Club franchise. The main performance feature I would like to see added in would be engine swaps. I mean, not a lot of racing games have actually done this, surprisingly, besides the Forza franchise. And I definitely would like to see this. And besides that, everything is more visual based, so I wouldn't mind seeing more vinyls, more wide body kits, front bumpers, interior designs, and so on and so on. The next feature I'm going to be talking about that I would like to see in the next Midnight Club game would be the modes. Midnight Club LA, you had the perfect modes. I mean, you had highway battles, green light battles, so your sprint races, your tournaments. That was all perfected. I mean, you don't have to touch it at all. But however, I would like to see 2 more modes added into the game. The first mode I would like to see coming back is drag racing. The main reason why I'm saying drag racing is that drag racing is the pinnacle of American car culture, and this would massively reflect this if it was in the Midnight Club game franchise. The next mode I would like to see coming back, in the Midnight Club game would be drifting. Seeing how that your franchise is influenced by Japanese culture, and drifting is the main pinnacle of motorsports in Japan, as well as car culture, this would be amazing to add in, seeing that it's got massive influences within America and all over the world right now. Another short topic I would like to talk about would be the police in the Midnight Club game. I mean, Midnight Club LA, they were quite intense to lose if you didn't know what you were doing. And while I respect that, I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more added in. So I don't know, the longer the pursuit time, the more intense the chase gets. So for example, I wouldn't mind seeing roadblocks, spike strips, as well as a helicopter come back to the Midnight Club game franchise. We haven't had these things since number 2 and 3, I believe. And adding this in would just make things a whole lot more valuable for the player's experience. Another point that I would like to make is the balancing issues with the AI. In Midnight Club LA, I found the AI sometimes too difficult to catch up with. This is due to the rubber banding, and I believe that the best balance that they had with the AI would be in Midnight Club 2. If they could balance the AI within this game, it would be amazing, because in Midnight Club 2, I remember the actual AI would go a different route within the race, and this actually made it very interesting to incorporate your strategy into how you would win the race. So if they actually sorted it out and were able to bring back the evolution of the AI in a modern racing game, it would be perfect. My final point would be to improve the collectibles. In Midnight Club 3, I personally felt that they had this on point, with more vinyls and little bits and bobs being added in if you collected these logos. So personally, what I would like to see them do is to keep it like that, related to improving the car's visuals and performance parts, as well as adding hidden cars into the game that only can be done via collectibles, so it makes it more valued for the player's experience. Midnight Club 2, they did it. Midnight Club 1, the first Midnight Club game, they even did that. So if they actually did this again, it would be amazing. And who knows, there might even restoration to finding certain cars would be amazing as well. And with my wish list and my points being said throughout the whole video, I hope you guys actually enjoyed that. Please like, share and subscribe for more racing game content. I am Jskee. Peace.